To run GemStone 64 on Windows, we'll use the Windows subsystem for Linux. First, we need to enable that feature. Using the PowerShell, we run as administrator and enter the command enable Windows optional feature for the Windows subsystem for Linux. When that completes, we'll accept the restart, and when we're back logged in, we'll use the Windows Store application to search for Ubuntu. And when we find Ubuntu, we're going to select the Ubuntu 18.04 server and select for that to be installed. The install process will download a couple hundred meg from Windows, and then when that completes, we'll have the option of launching it or first pin it to the start menu. Then we can launch from the start menu and get a shell. The update will take a few minutes. Then we can put in a username and password. When that's done, we'll do an update to make sure our Linux system is most up to date. Then we'll install GemStone, make some directories, change the ownership so that we can use it, then create the directory for locks, log, and other things needed. In a web browser, we'll go to the GemStone product page, find a link to download the most recent Linux version, copy that link, and then use the wget command in Linux to download the 150, 200 meg executable tree, which will unzip. To unzip it, we first need to install an Unzip Tool. Once we have that tool, we can unzip the product tree. When we have the product tree, I'm going to create a symbolic link to that so that we can just use product. We'll edit our profile to set up some environment variables to point to the product. Then we'll edit the services file to reference a name for our netLDI so that we can reference it by name rather than number. Finally, we'll copy a database from the bin directory to our data directory and change it so it's writable. Next, we can start up a new shell to get our environment variables and launch GemStone by executing the startNetLDI and the startstone commands. We can see that they're running. Then we'll go to a web browser and download Jade, an IDE that runs under Windows. Go to the releases, download the zip to our downloads folder, and then extract it. And once it's extracted, we will copy the directory into the program files for x86. Jade is a 32-bit application. We'll pin the executable to the start menu so that we can launch it easily. Finally, we'll prepare Windows services so that it recognizes the name of the services, so we can use it rather than the number. Save the services file and launch Jade. With Jade, we can log in to the GemStone database and interact with it, view code, execute code, and then when we're done, we can log out and quit Jade. Then we can stop the stone at our Ubuntu prompt. And there is GemStone running in Windows.